what is your position about those rumors?
Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. So don't tell Canelo. Maybe the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them.
There's also...
So I expect a good fight out of me.
There's also rumours circulating about a Crawford shoulder injury. What do you make of those?
I don't know. And to be honest, I don't care. I'm gonna do my job anyway.
And Canelo only need one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only need one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out.
I think what separates me from everybody else is my mental, my work ethic, my risk taking, punching when people say I shouldn't, not moving when people think that I should.
Do not tell Canelo. Those were the playful words that Terence Crawford threw into the mix when asked about the rumors surrounding his shoulder. Just days before his massive showdown with Canelo Alvarez, whispers had begun circulating across boxing circles, hinting that the undefeated American might be hiding an injury that could affect the biggest fight of his career. Crawford, in his typical calm and witty manner, brushed the speculation aside, joking that his shoulders were just fine, but warned lightheartedly that somebody should go around telling Canelo.
Many people saying that, I don't know if the left one, the right one, or both, but somebody says that you have some kind of problem in any one of your shoulders. Can you just clarify what is your position about those rumors?
Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. So don't tell Canelo. Maybe the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulders. Shh, keep that under wraps.
The rumors had gained traction because Crawford has a history with shoulder problems. He underwent surgery in the past, and according to reports from Pound for Pound, his shoulder had started to flare up again during training camp. In an era where every small update spreads like wildfire online, fans and analysts quickly latched onto the story, raising doubts about whether he was truly ready to handle the pressure of moving up to face a strong super middleweight champion like Canelo. Canelo, however, didn't seem to get caught up in the chatter. When asked about Crawford's supposed injury, the Mexican star shrugged off, saying he didn't know and didn't care. His focus, he explained, was on doing his job in the ring no matter what shape his opponent showed up in. For him, the task ahead was simple: fight hard and prove himself once again in front of the boxing world.
There's also...
So I expect a good fight out of me.
There's also rumours circulating about a Crawford shoulder injury. What do you make of those?
I don't know. And to be honest, I don't care. I'm gonna do my job anyway.
Crawford himself doubled down on clearing the air. During the grand arrivals in Las Vegas, he rolled his shoulders, laughed off the claims, and confidently asked where this injury talk was even coming from. He pointed out how people were coming up with all kinds of narratives to bring doubt into his camp, that he was injured, out of shape, or moving too slowly. According to Crawford, these were just antics and baseless stories. To prove his point, he assured everyone he wasn't just 100% ready for the fight, but 1,000% ready.
It's rubbish. Where I got a shoulder, I think people coming up with their own, antics. Terence Crawford got a shoulder injury, Terence Crawford out of shape, Terence Crawford slow, Terence Crawford. Yeah, they coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Former champion Tim Bradley also weighed in, slamming those spreading false rumors about Crawford. From his perspective, there was no doubt that Crawford was in top form and fully prepared for the challenge.
Crawford 100%. Crawford is 100%. If he ain't 100%, he 90%. He's still gonna fight. He's still gonna fight. That's just what it is. Forget that shoulder. Bro, this is what we signed up for. This is part of being a fighter. That's what it's part of. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. This is what comes with it. That's it. Stop making excuses. No team. Winner takes all on this one.
Amid the injury talk, several voices from the boxing community began to share their own insights and predictions about how the fight might play out. One of the more unique perspectives came from Amir Khan, who had the rare experience of sharing the ring with both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Reflecting on his experience, he leaned slightly toward Crawford, stating that the American was the better boxer overall. He pointed out that while Canelo had the power, his defense left openings and Crawford had the skills to take advantage.
He might be even stronger than Canelo. He might be stronger than Canelo. He might pack the weight on well, that he might do really well in there. So look,
You fight them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
obviously it's weight. Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. So really that's the difference. And they both hit hard. Because and you can see the strength. You know, when I was fighting against Crawford, I didn't think Crawford was that strong, but when he kind of moved me around a little bit, he is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much away? He's pound for pound #1 in the world.
Khan added that he had spoken to members of Crawford's team who assured him that Crawford was handling the extra weight impressively. At one point, Crawford had reportedly reached around 186 pounds while still looking strong and lean. He said, "I've been watching videos and spoke to the team who have said that Crawford has put on the muscle well and he's holding the weight well. He was like 186 pounds the other day, looking strong and lean. So I don't think he'll have a problem. He won't get pushed around." One thing you have to remember as well, Crawford is a decent wrestler, very strong. I've seen him take down heavyweight, so I don't think he'll have a problem with Canelo's weight and size. Other legends also shared their thoughts. Roy Jones Jr., a 4-division world champion himself, explained that Canelo had just one clear way to win, while Crawford had multiple. According to him, if Canelo managed to execute a single winning strategy perfectly, he could pull it off. But if he failed to do so, Crawford's versatility would likely carry the day.
You can't take nothing away from Canelo. Canelo has been there for a while. Great puncher, great boxer puncher. If Bud can take the punch, which we're pretty sure he can do, we'll have a good fight on our hands. I think there are several ways for Bud to win it, but one way for Canelo to lose it. I ain't gonna disclose none of that, but that's just my thoughts.
We'll do that as we get closer.
Exactly.
Yeah. But do you feel comfortable saying who you think the winner gonna be?
No, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna feel comfortable saying it because I like both guys. And when you got two guys of their caliber, you can't really count either guy out. You know that yourself.
That's a fact.
Bud is a champion. That says a lot. And on top of that, Bud is still hungry.
Former heavyweight and cruiserweight champion David Haye provided another fascinating angle. He felt that the fight was bound to produce fireworks as both men have the ability to hurt each other. He predicted that if one of them landed clean, it wouldn't stop at a single punch but would open the door for a flurry of follow-up shots. In Haye's eyes, the fight was destined to feature knockdowns because both fighters had too much power, skill, and determination for it to be otherwise. He raised the question of who had more left in the tank, suggesting that Crawford's lower mileage compared to Canelo could play a decisive role.
If anyone can do the impossible, and that's beating Canelo, I've been a fan of his for a long time, and likewise with Crawford, I never thought there was a version of reality where they'll both be in the ring with each other. I initially automatically assumed, because Canelo's obviously beaten, he was the light heavyweight champion of the world, undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. He's just campaigned at a much bigger weight, so a good big can beat a good little one, usually. Until I saw them standing next to each other and they looked the same size. I couldn't quite figure it out. I was like, okay, if they're the same size, then it's literally pound for pound. Who's pound for pound better? And that's it, they're both pound for pound fighters. A lot of people have got them 1 and 2.
Manny Pacquiao, a man who knows more than most about moving through weight classes, also offered advice. Having become an 8-division world champion, Pacquiao understood the challenge of climbing up to face bigger men. His message for Crawford was simple but sharp: focus on maintaining speed and build strength without losing that quickness. For Pacquiao, Crawford's speed would be his greatest weapon.
My advice to him is, as he's moving up to his upcoming fight, make sure that he focus on speed, he focus on how to improve his strength and while maintaining the speed.
Gerald Big Baby Miller chimed in after recalling a moment when Crawford showcased his strength by wrestling him in Turkey. Miller admitted that he was pulling for Crawford, pointing out that many people were underestimating how strong and hungry the American really was. He believed Crawford had the size, power, and drive to shock Canelo.
I'm pulling for Crawford in this one. I think people was underestimating his strength right now and his size. And I think he's a little more hungry than Canelo. So let's see though, but I like both guys, but I'm more a little closer to Crawford, so I want to see Crawford can take it.
Former lightweight champion Antonio Tarver gave an even deeper breakdown. Tarver described Crawford as a thinker, someone who processed fights mentally before stepping into the ring. He believed that Crawford had already visualized the fight with Canelo multiple times in his head, which gave him a unique advantage. Tarver emphasized that Canelo hadn't faced a master boxer like Crawford in a long time, and that this would force him to raise his performance to the level he showed against Caleb Plant. In Tarver's eyes, the fight wasn't about weight, but about skill and determination.
And Canelo only need one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only need one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. Gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision. I never won a close decision. That's what's looming. I think if Crawford is gonna guarantee victory, he gotta stop him.
A man who ain't been stopped.
He gotta stop him, bro.
It's challenge.
So that's gonna be the challenge. So I like Bud. I've always loved Bud, bro. But he in for a hell of a fight.
From the camp of David Haney, Bill Haney expressed his admiration for the matchup, calling it the biggest fight in boxing at the moment. He noted that while Crawford was stepping up in size, he also had to be careful because the challenge would go beyond just boxing. The mental and physical demands would both test him.
And when you talking about these big fights, you whispering. You you said Canelo and Crawford?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man, that's the biggest fight, you know what I mean, in boxing right now. Canelo and Crawford. Crawford stepping up. Man, it's so big, you got Muhammad over there saying something about it. That's how big it is. It came off the bench from the 60s, right, Muhammad? You go back in the 60s? Yeah, well, listen. Canelo is big. And shout out to Crawford stepping up. But does Crawford have to be worried about more things than just boxing? Absolutely.
Daniel Jacobs, who had faced Canelo himself and had known Crawford since his amateur days, also saw the fight as a truly even contest. Jacobs explained that he had witnessed Crawford's growth and resilience over many years and knew how determined he could be. While he admitted that if he had to bet, he might lean toward Crawford, he also respected Canelo too much to count him out completely. For Jacobs, the fight was a true 50-50.
He's a dog, he's a beast, and he's out to prove something too, so I'm excited about this fight. Canelo obviously is self-explanatory. There's really no need to go down the rabbit hole when it comes to him, but I do see this being as a 50-50 fight. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Crawford, but also too, you can't count Canelo out. I mean, would go in, I'm assuming, as the favorite, which is rightfully so.
The predictions varied, but one thing became clear. Crawford had earned respect from some of the biggest names in the sport. While doubts about his shoulder lingered online, those who knew the sport best believed he was more than ready. His confidence only added to that belief, as he continued to insist that he was not only fit, but in the best shape of his life.
I think what separates me from everybody else is my mental, my work ethic, my risk taking, punching when people say I shouldn't, not moving when people think that I should.
The best pound-for-pound fighters in the world are almost always the guys with the fastest processing, the fastest thinking.
As the event drew closer, fans were left with a storm of narratives. On one side were the skeptics questioning whether Crawford's shoulder or size would betray him against a natural super middleweight, and on the other side were legends and experts who saw something different, a fighter with the skull, hunger, and adaptability to shock the world yet again.
How sure are you today that you win this fight?
I'm 1,000% sure now. You gotta think. Going into a fight, you don't know what's gonna happen. You can get injuries, he can get injuries. Like, there's so many things that goes on in a boxing match. The judges, the ref, like just everything, preparation. So you're not 100% sure. If a fighter say, "Oh, I'm 1,000% sure," they lying. Because you got to go out there and perform at the end of the day. And I'm more than ready to go out there and perform this Saturday.
Whether it ends with Canelo's hand raised in victory or Crawford's master plan coming to life, one thing is certain: this fight has already captured the imagination of fans and experts alike. And as Crawford himself joked, maybe the only secret left is making sure nobody tells Canelo too much before the bell rings. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, drop your thoughts in the comments, share it with fellow boxing fans, and subscribe to Ring Rivalry for more fight night drama and inside takes.